Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is September 5th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, so real quick overview of the cues. A failed rally attempt on Friday, which is a very bearish omen, in my opinion. Is this inverse head and shoulders still actionable or available to us? It is, but the chance of it working out are extremely, extremely small until I take out, until this really takes out down here. I'm going to leave it on the chart, but I'll be removing it probably fairly quickly. All right, with that being said, these are just some potential setups. Nothing that I'm recommending to go into at all. But again, we got to keep our watch list fresh. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. There's not many names here today, so we'll go through it quickly. If you like them, write them down, add them to your watch list. First one is going to be PLUG, Plug Power. It got rejected here. Maybe it's making a handle. We don't know yet, but I do like how it's above the rising 50-day. Again, it may need some more time to figure out what's really going on here. CALX. This one was looking good, kind of tried to move higher. It couldn't, but it hasn't really failed either completely. So again, I think it should be watched, and then we'll see what happens with it. EXTR. Again, beautiful move up. Again, try to move higher, couldn't, but still above most of its key moving averages. So it's worth a watch. And plus, when you really dig in a little bit, you can see that that there's some good accumulation going on in this name. So definitely one I want to keep on my list. FOLD, it's a biotech company. Again, so you do have this pullback into the 50-day. So, you could use the 50-day on a closing basis potentially as your potential stop. And if not, this would be the low of this day. If we took that out, that'd be out for sure. That's FOLD, LNTH. And with that, here we go. So this one, you kind of say it retested this area, right? And there's your 50-day right there. So I would use the 50-day as a potential stop and see if it respects it or not. This way your risk reward is right if you want to be in this name. But again, none of these names I would say plow into on Tuesday, since markets are closed today on Monday. That's LNTH, PTCT. Again, this one's above all its moving averages, kind of making a flag right here. So that looks pretty good. It's a biotech though, so be careful. Next up, FLNC. Again, nice little flag that's making above, a lot of its moving averages. You do have a declining 200 right here, but there's your 50-day coming up. So again, bears watching. Next up is going to be Arch. Coal names. There's a few coal names that look good. Arch, this one is below its 50-day and a lot of these moving averages, so I'd be careful with it, but it is above a rising 200-day. So if price could come down and maybe retest this area, you could then potentially use the 200-day as a stop. Next up will be DV. Double verify. Again, this one's been just kind of, pulling back, reasonably light volume, nice accumulation in general. So, against the 50-day, I think that's where I'd play this one if I was going to get involved in anything. CF, some fertilizer names are looking good. You do have a potential false breakout here to be cognizant of. But this 100 level, so you're talking about, 6.5%, 7% potential risk right there. But yeah, I think that this low has to hold in order for this setup to be valid still. NTR, another fertilizer name. It did have a few days of selling, but it kind of recouped it when the rest of the market couldn't on Friday. So I do like that. Again, I would play it against its near low if I was going to. SRPT, another therapeutic name. Again, beautiful flag, right? Just the question is, will the market let this work? I don't know the answer to that. That's SRPT. Next up is Wolf, WOLF. Again, great move up. Now kind of came back, and let's go ahead and do a VWAP right there. So it's below the VWAP from this big move higher. These are 23-day rising, and that's probably what I would play it against. That would give me the risk reward that would make sense. You can also play it against this potential low right there, or even potentially the gap right there, but that's roughly where the 23 is. So it's Wolf. Next up is EE. This is a new one for me, but I really like the way this looks. Again, newer name in general, and I think you can kind of call it out. Maybe something like that. Somewhere around there. That sounds like what I would do. I could put a VWAP from here. And then you'd say the VWAP, which is also where the 23-day is, would probably be my out on this one. And the last one in my grouping today is COP. And some oil and gas names are still holding up nicely, but most of them have this lower high here, which makes me suspect, right? But if you are a believer that oil and gas is going to continue to lead, then you can play it right against this 23-day, and you have a reasonable reward to risk. And if it breaks down, then you didn't really lose all that much. All right. So there you go. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 names, at least put on a watch list. Good luck this week. Again, the way of the market, be really careful. And I hope you all had a good 3-day week, and we'll talk to you soon.